new Shogun video interview. Well, as you all know, we have started this month of June with two major big news for the gaming industry, which were the end of restrictions from the state of Nevada to casinos, mainly the Las Vegas casinos were able to reopen 100% and with many relieved restrictions. And also we had the confirmation from Global Gaming Expo's organizers of the return of G2E Las Vegas to Sands Expo as an in-person event, the long-awaited confirmation. So today we are joined by the event director of Global Gaming Expo at Reed Exhibitions US, Korbi Carrison. So welcome, Korbi. Thank you for joining us today at Shogun.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, so I was hoping we can have your assessment and descriptions of the path leading to this final confirmation this month, and maybe what was the feedback from stakeholders in the gaming industry to this return to Sands Expo?
Sure. Well, we knew that we had to reach out to a variety of different stakeholders, and that would take a while. So as you can imagine, since last year, we talked to exhibitors every day. We talk to attendees all the time. AGA talks to their membership a lot. We work very closely with AGEM on planning for G2E because their members are our exhibitors. So we talk to, first of all, a lot of exhibitors, and we know that they've been working hard on their products. They want to bring their products to market. They want to show off their products at G2E, but they also want to make sure that attendees would come to G2E. So we made a decision that in April and May of this year, we would do a research study surveying our key buyers. So the best of the best buyers that come to G2E. We wanted to get an idea if they felt safe traveling to Las Vegas. Would they travel to Las Vegas? Would they be doing business in Las Vegas if they came to G2E? And we had an overwhelming response. Over 80% of the people that we surveyed said, yes, we feel the need to come to G2E. And also that they would do business at G2E, which is the reason why we come all together, correct? So when we on June 1st, made the announcement that yes, indeed, we are going forward with in-person G2E, the response was phenomenal. It was so positive. We had stakeholders calling, text, email, LinkedIn going crazy, and we just were very happy that we got that feedback from all stakeholders across the industry that they were happy to be coming back to G2E this year.
Great to hear that. Well, which specific changes and novelties can we expect this year when compared to the pre-pandemic edition, the last one we remember of? And what can you tell us about the additional virtual components? We had a little interview last year where you said that G2E was going to definitely will be adding some virtual components, and maybe how you plan to leverage all these new digital technologies that we are getting used to during the pandemic to complement the in-person features.
Sure. So I think that overall G2E will look mostly the same. Certainly the Expo Hall will be back. It might be a little bit smaller than some of our attendees are used to in the past, but that's great. We're happy that exhibitors are coming back to G2E and that the attendees will be coming too. So I think the physical show itself will look a lot like the G2E that you're used to. There may be some different health and safety things in place that we can fill you in on, I think, as we get a little bit closer to the date, because we really have top priority on G2E being a safe event for people to come to. Now, that being said, not everybody will be able to make it, and that's okay. We want to be able to engage with the entire industry, whether they can come in person or not. So we are developing some virtual ways for people to get the information that we talk about at G2E and to experience, to network with each other, and really overall just make those connections like we make at the in-person event. But some of the really special things that are getting lined up right now are how we deliver that sought after content, like the state of the industry. That is our Tuesday morning keynote every year. And I think everyone will be excited to tune in and hear what Bill Miller from the AGA has to say about, hey, we're doing great in our recovery mode, and where do we go from here? So that's content that in the past you had to be in the room to see it. This year, everyone is going to be able to see it online virtually. So it's things like that, hearing from other industry leaders, that's going to be very exciting. And we'll be delivering that and other experiences virtually this year, along with the in-person G2E.
Right, well, more opportunities. And maybe, well, over the past few months, we covered at Shogonet some virtual activities from Global Gaming Expo, like the G2E Virtual Roundtable and the Insider Live panels. I don't know what kind of feedback and performance of these activities could you gather, and maybe what learnings could you acquire from these new experiences as we get used to this virtual environment for the gaming industry, and which are the key topics? You already mentioned some of them, but which are the key concerns or topics that you think that stakeholders at G2E will be most interested in discussing and addressing in October?
Sure. So a lot of what we've been delivering content-wise, like you mentioned, we've been doing the G2E Insider Live webinar. We've had the G2E Insider newsletter. We've had some virtual roundtable discussions. And when we put that survey out to key stakeholders, part of what we asked them is, what kind of content do you want to see? So we put together content, of course, around industry recovery. So that our lives are very different from what they were a couple of years ago. And that always is playing in the background of, we used to do it this way. Can we continue to do it this way, or do we need to update our approach? That's always in the back of our minds when we talk about any of our content at G2E. But especially, we've had great response to the content around payments modernization and around iGaming and around sports betting. We've had just very good engagement across all of those platforms. And it's engagement from new people too. So we're really excited that people who maybe before weren't able to come to G2E can come through this digital channel and can enjoy the content and learn from it as well.
Right. Well, you already mentioned this survey you made with key stakeholders, I think in May. I don't know if at least what we covered at Shogonet was that there was an increased interest for an in-person event to purchase new products. I don't know if you could mention some other findings besides these topics that you were mentioning as a subject for the activities.
Sure.
And maybe your own assessment of these findings from the survey, and anything else you would like to add in terms of the concerns that maybe stakeholders could have in terms of health and safety guidelines that you've been updating and learning from previous events and the new guidelines from the state?
Sure. So when we decided to put out the research study, it was at a point where not everyone had been vaccinated. So we really were looking for the honest feedback about will people attend G2E? And of course, now time has gone on and the vaccine rollout in the US has been pretty good. So along with that, what we've seen in the last few months is really the industry recovery, especially in the US, it's really going well. We're seeing a lot of people in Las Vegas, in casinos all over the US. AGA produced a report, I think last week, about how April commercial gaming numbers were just fantastic. So of course, they have lots of information on that, and they will be sharing that as well. But the bottom line really is we decided to do this asking the questions when we weren't sure what the answers were going to be. And it turns out that the answer was people want to come and they want to connect at G2E, and they want to do it in a safe way. So like you had mentioned, there will be health and safety considerations this year. What exactly those will be, we'll know more as we get closer to the date. Reed Exhibitions does hundreds of trade shows every year all around the world. So our approach in the US is our approach worldwide, where we have to make sure that people are safe coming to shows. So we learn so much from the other shows all over the world. We've had shows come back to Las Vegas recently. So we've learned from those shows. And like you had mentioned, the restrictions, June 1st, going away in Las Vegas, that changes things again. So we know that safety will be very high priority. What exactly that looks like for G2E this year, we can't really say at this time. The most reliable place to get that information is our website. That information changes whenever we have an update, we change it on our website. And that information will be also sent out to attendees in advance, so everyone has the most recent information before they come to Las Vegas.
Right. Well, we'll be looking into those updates, and of course, unless there is some final reflection that you would like to add, we are now 4 months away from the event, so I hope we can have a second talk closer to the event. To have some more insights into what we can expect from this return that all the gaming industry is pretty much looking forward to. So, well, thank you very much, Korbi. I don't know if it was something you'd like to add as a final thought.
I just want to reinforce the fact that we're excited to bring the industry back together. We're excited to see the people that we do business with. We're excited to make business opportunities for the exhibitors and the attendees that come to Las Vegas with a purpose at G2E time. And we're excited to just bring the community together, whether it's in person or virtually, for a great experience this October.
Sure. Thank you very much, Korbi, for joining us at Joinet. And we really look forward to speaking again soon.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.